Hello and welcome back to my channel, Miami Star Tarot. Today I am doing love reading for Aries, and this is a love reading for the year, for the whole year 2021. I'm not giving specific timelines, but it's basically the whole year, and some of this could take all year, some of it could happen at the beginning. It's all going to depend on each individual Aries. Again, it is a love reading, so it will be based on love. So I'm going to do you, them, you guys together, but I will be starting with an oracle card, wisdom of the oracle for each one as a theme. So here I have community and a change in the wind for them. So yours is community, which is number 8. I am going to read from the book because all oracles have somewhat different, I read tarot, but oracles can all be different. Belonging, being seen, understood by others, like-minded connection, sense of family and friendships, and knowing your place in the world. They got a change in the wind, which is sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for the storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the wind will blow. So this is about change, and yours is about friendships, and I think just opening your heart to things around you and relationships, friendship, and family. All right, so those are just, I'm using these as the theme for the year. Okay, I'm going to start by shuffling this Rider-Waite for you, Aries, and see what energy we're getting for you for the year 2021. So I'm doing this side is you, this side is them, and it is not interchangeable, Aries. This is you, and that is them. So it's either this side resonates or it doesn't for you. You can't change them around. All right, Aries, let's see what we have for 2021 when it comes to love. Oops. Just want to make sure I get some really good shuffles here to clear the energy from any of the other reads. This is for Aries. All right. Let's get the cards and get you going. Right. Okay. Looking good so far here, Aries. You have on the top row, you have, the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Pentacles here on the top row, and you have your sense of community. Okay, so at home, if you are already married or you are already in a stable relationship, I feel that you have you're going to have something to celebrate upcoming here soon. Okay. It could be that if you're just living together, you might be moving into a more of a marriage. So for some of you, Aries, this could mean that your relationship's going to enter into a new phase. You could be getting married or getting engaged. But you do have the Four of Pentacles here, and you do have the Moon. So I am seeing great and great. So the first half and the last half is really good. There is the middle part of this whole, and like I said, I'm not giving an exact timeline. So I feel like you guys are going to be, and if you're already married, I feel like you guys are going to step it up somehow. And there's something that you're having to celebrate, whether it could be like pregnancy, or it could be some, having a child or something like that. Something that's going to almost like, it's like an upgrade to what you already have. So Aries, I'm going to back up and start with people who are single or just kind of together right now. You can have, an engagement, or you can have a proposal coming your way, and it's going to make you very happy. I think that next year you're possibly going to be able to actually get married and have people attend the wedding. So there are some good things coming up in this respect with your relationship. And you do have a community, so I almost feel like you're going to be able to have family and friends around you at this point, at this change. For some of you guys, it could be that you already somewhat got married and now you're going to have a bigger celebration. So either way, whatever it is that you're wanting is going to get bigger and better. Okay. Some of you that are waiting to, let's say, to have children or something, you may find out that toward the beginning of the year, you might, it might happen, and I see that for a smaller percentage. For most of you guys, I see more of a bigger commitment to what you have now. If you're just dating, then you guys are going to finally get together if you have someone in mind. But I'm going to talk more to people who are already kind of together, that there's going to be a change in status for the better for you guys. So it could be an engagement or something like that. But I think more toward the middle of the year, there are going to be some issues, and some of the issues are going to be around, for some of you guys, it could be money or a job that is not working out. Like some of you guys are going to find yourselves either losing a job, or finding a better paying job. And that is going to, I think that's going to be a little bit hard. So it might get in the way of some of you guys toward that kind of like the middle part. No exact timeline. Also, I feel in order for this to be able to be successful, like the transition from possibly just being together to engagement to getting married, that I think some of you guys are going to be having to let go of some things. And I hesitate to say it, but I think I'm just going to, because I feel like there's, in relationships, there's always some issues. And if you guys especially have been apart, and if you guys, I almost see like some of you guys almost breaking apart and then getting back together. I don't know why, but I'm kind of seeing that for some of you guys. There are some secrets or something that's going to come about that you're going to have to work toward, Aries. And I'm not sure if it's you or them, but there are going to be some hardships in the middle of all of this. So I feel like there's almost a possibility where you're going to move into you're going to upgrade or optimize your relationship somehow. But there's going to come issues with jobs, money. And this could also not be job or money, but it could be like a withholding of information, of not telling the truth completely. And then, you do have the moon card here, where there's something that's going to have to come to light. There's going to have to be some kind of a confession happening of some sort. It can mean different things for different people, Aries, but there's something that's going to have to come out in the open, okay, before you guys can move on. Yes, you will move on. I'm seeing the majority of you guys are going to move on. You have the Two of Cups, which is the cup of being together, and it could also be the cup of marriage as well. So I think for the most of you guys, whatever these two cards are causing, whatever issues, you will move through it. But I think it's going to take, you're going to have to kind of get over that feeling of not wanting to be truthful. I think Aries, it's going to require, and again, for some of you, it might be you holding on to secrets that you're going to have to just kind of confess and get it out in the open, or it's them. And you're just going to have to kind of work through that. I think for the majority of you, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I can't really say that this has something to do with cheating or not. It could be, it doesn't have to be a third person. It could simply be something, losing money or making bad choices in some other ways. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a third person, but for some of you, it definitely will be a third person. But I think it will require some clearing of conscience for some of you guys in order to be able to move into a marriage or getting together. I think for some of you guys as well, Aries out there, this is going to be a matter of getting back together with somebody versus just moving into another stage of your relationship. For some of you, that's what it is. For some of you guys, you will be getting back together with somebody, which I think will require some clearing of air, some truth telling, some revealing, and some confessions to be able to get through that hurdle that you guys have not been able to get through. But in the end, I am seeing Aries coming together, a union, joining together of two people. So I think in the end, it's probably going to work out well for most of you. You know, and nobody wants to really deal with secrets. Like the Moon card is not always the most pleasant card to get, I think, especially when you're trying to work in a relationship, because it almost always involves revealing information that you don't want revealed. So it's not always like the best thing you want to see. But in this case, I do think that that is probably what you want to see, especially for those of you who are trying to reconciliate with somebody. Now, you do have the Page of Wands here. So I feel like this right here is going to bring you a lot of happiness and the opportunity to have fun together and do things together. I think that this summer, for a lot of you guys, Aries out there with your significant other, you guys are going to enjoy, you're going to finally get the chance to enjoy and do some traveling and some things that you want, that you've been talking about wanting to do together. For some of you guys, excuse me, for some of you, this is going to mean that honeymoon that you had to put off, that you weren't able to do. For some of you, this is going to be coming together to join with family and friends, and maybe having that wedding that you've been wanting, that you haven't been able to have because of this whole pandemic. So Aries, I do see coming together of, you do have the community card here as your oracle for the year. So I do see a lot more coming together with people here. And again, this is either stepping up your relationship, marriage. It could be finally having the wedding that you wanted to have. Some of you guys already secretly got married or quietly got married. Now you're going to move into a celebration where you're going to be able to actually have the wedding or the honeymoon that you wanted. For some of you Aries out there, this is going to be a reconciliation with somebody from your past, and you know, I think for most of you out there is going to be some moments where it's going to be a little bit difficult. And some of you, it could just be withholding information. It could be a third party. It could be a confession. Something is going to come to light. Something's going to have to be let go. And for some of you guys, I think especially the reconciliation people, I think some truth is going to have to just come out so that you can start over. And sometimes you just need that to start over. Okay. And just, if it's something you really don't want to admit, take a chance. You're not going to lose anything. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Aries. Now I am going to read your person's energy. And for the most of you, I am seeing like this is already a connection that has been established. If you happen to be single, I do see a connection coming together. But I'm not entirely sure if I want to say that you're going to meet somebody, but I think this really is more about Aries with people that you already know, like connecting with people you already know. So I don't see, and of course all Aries out there are not going to come together with someone that they already know, but I'm feeling this more strongly for those of you Aries that are dealing with people that you're already somewhat connected to. Okay, so let's do them. Aries, let's see. You got the Four of Pentacles as well, or they got the Four of Pentacles. The World. The Tower. Okay. Seven of Cups. King of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. All right, so this is a very intense on your person's side. Let me scoot these in just a little bit. All right, so they are starting, their read starts with the Four of Pentacles. So there is information that is being withheld. I mean, there's definitely something that is not happening, not being said. And I think in order to start over for some of you guys, and I'm thinking that this is for some of you guys that are looking at getting together with someone from the past, okay? There is some information that's being withheld. There is somebody from the past that is wanting to come together with you again. However, I think because they do have the Tower card, this can cause a Tower moment for some of you guys. And by saying the Tower moment, I think it could literally turn your relationship upside down. And I think that could be what's causing this part in the middle. And it could be those of you trying to reconcile. It could also be those of you who are kind of moving in or transitioning into a new stage of your relationship. That these, I'm going to pull these two aside. In the middle, all of you guys, I feel, are having, or most of you guys will be having a hard middle part. And this right here, they do have a change in the wind. So I'm thinking that this person is the cause of these two cards for you, Aries. Okay, it could be something about them. Whatever it is that is between you two, it's going to cause a little bit of problem. And I think for those of you that are going to want to work through it, and I'm just going to read it the way I see it because it doesn't sound as pleasant, Aries, but it is what it is. So those of you in the reconciliation specifically, you will be hearing some things that you don't want to hear. I do see a third party involved. I definitely do see a third party involved with some of you guys. And it's for some of you, it's also more than a third party. It could be a few third parties for some of you guys, some Aries out there that you're going to be hearing about that. And I think specifically for those of you who have been broken up, and that's just something that you're going to have to decide. They want to reconciliate. and they are willing to take that chance. They have the King of Swords here. I think they just want the truth to come out. They want to be straightforward with you, and they want things cleared up. And they realize that that can mean the end of you guys ever getting back together, but they're willing to take that chance. And that is, in my opinion, I don't know, like kind of a little bit of a hard thing for some of you guys to see, but it's what's going to take you to the next level. Okay. So this is the Moon card, in my opinion, that you're going to have to deal with right here, Aries, is if you want to clear the air, and for some of you, if you want to move into the next phase, it's going to have to be something that you're going to have to consider. Do you want to hear that? Do you want to listen to that? Is it something that you feel that you can move from? This person, your person seems to want this connection with you, and they do seem to want to move into the next stage of your relationship. But for some reason, they have this need to clear their conscience. And that is something that I think you're going to have to listen to if you want to move into it correctly. But, they have the World here, the World card, and I think they just want to start over. And I have a feeling that for some of you Aries out there, this is not completely new to you, or it's not going to take you by complete surprise. But I feel, Aries, that this person just wants to start on a clean slate. And I think they want to do things correctly. And for some of them, I almost feel like with this Ten of Swords, that they see no place to go but up by just completely starting over. I think they hit rock bottom where they are. And I think at this point, they're probably, willing to do whatever it takes to make things right between you two. And, at this point, you might be able to start over. I mean, there's nowhere else for them to go but up as far as this goes. And with this Tower moment, they got the Tower right above the Ten of Swords, which means I don't think that this person has any room to mess up anymore. I think, like, for the small amount of you guys that are dealing with this person here, I just don't think that things can get any worse with them. If anything, they could get a little bit better. If you want to hear it, and if you want to start over with them, I think that they're going to just basically be an open book and take it from there. And I think with that, you're going to be able to have, I think, the upper hand in what you want to do in this relationship. And I honestly feel like this card on your part comes after this Ten of Swords. Like, you can make the call. You will be the one to be in charge of that, of how you want things to be. So if there is a positive spin to any of this right here, this is your person, and I think they are just at your mercy right now. For the small amount of people, I think, here that are looking at a reconciliation, or the Aries that are going to have like a very difficult middle of the year. It's, things are going to come up, they're going to surface, and they're going to have to be dealt with. And you will be in control of how you want to deal with this. If you want to move forward with the Two of Cups, you will. Some of you guys may choose not to, and that'll be that. But that'll be a change in the wind for this person here. And because this is about both of you in some ways, it may cause a change in the wind for both of you in the direction that you're heading with your connection as well. All right, I am going to pull the energy for the two of you. Aries, this is for the both of you. You got the moon again. Okay. All right, so I'm definitely getting some feels here for this connection. The moon is, you guys got the moon again. So definitely things are going to come to the surface. There's going to be some truths and some confessions and some things coming to light, some very not so pleasant things. That's definitely going to happen between not all Aries, but some Aries out there. I think that's going to be something very important in 2021. You do have the Five of Cups, and I'm going to, back up and say the same thing. For some of you guys, you will be working this out. Some of you guys will not be able to reconnect with this person. I think some of you will be looking at, you got 3 cups down, you got 2 up. Yeah, I think some of you guys are going to focus on what's wrong and what you don't like, which is fine. Some of you guys are going to choose to walk away from this connection. And, for some of you guys, it's not going to happen. This marriage card, I think these 2 items, the 4 of Pentacles and the moon, are going to get in the way. And I see that more so with people trying to reconciliate from a past relationship, and not those of you who are in relationships right now that are more or less more successful. I'm seeing some of this more for the reconciliation part, where, and some of you guys are together as well. That could be the case for some of you too. But I do see the 5 of Cups, which means some of you guys are going to choose to walk away, and you're not going to be able to focus on the positive, because the negative parts of what's happened is going to be more significant to you and how you view your relationship. You do have the 6 of Swords here, which means for some of you guys, you will be moving away from this connection. You definitely will be moving away from it and moving in and heading toward a different direction. Now, the 6 of Swords has multiple meanings, and I think this is a case where multiple meanings really do matter. So some of you guys, the 6 of Swords can also indicate engagement, marriage. And I could see some of you guys, this happening for some of you guys, okay? And of course, this could be more so people that are not experiencing this whole betrayal part of things, because I don't mean to laugh, but this is pretty heavy, and this, like, again, I said, this is, to me, focused more, I think, on people with the reconciliation side of things, and some that are together too, but I am seeing the 6. This is movement, change, and moving into a different direction. Some of you guys may end up changing and just leaving the relationship entirely. Some of you guys may be moving into a deeper connection as well. So definitely movement. There is change. Something's going to change in the status of your relationship or your connection with this person. I think for a lot of Aries, this year is going to be about discoveries, confessions, and I think just coming to terms and coming to truth with some things in your connection with someone significant in your life. And, I wish I could say that everything's going to be great and beautiful, but I think this is going to be a year where some things are just going to come to light and having to deal with it, Aries. So some of you guys are not going to experience such huge changes or confessions or things coming to light with the moon card. You do have the moon twice, but it could simply be for some of you just taking care of some things that you've been ignoring or brewing and having to fix minor things. For other you guys, it's going to be tower moments. So you know, everyone's different, and all Aries are not experiencing the exact same thing at the same time. So that's what I have for Aries this year. You're going to have to make some decisions. I think you're going to have to deal with some truths, and hopefully things will work out as best as they can for you, Aries. Have a safe New Year's, and have a safe and lucky 2021. Whatever happens, you will work it out to your benefit. Bye-bye, Aries.